running a punt.
Dinosaurs with a...
Hey, give me money. YouTube memberships. Become a member of my weirdo empire. Just 99 cents a month, you can become Max Thrasher the Bounty Hunter yourself. Special badges, shoutouts at the beginning of the streams, and you get to feel good about yourself. For $4.99 a month, you can join the Erotic Eric Fontaine tier. All those other perks, plus once a month, you can join me and our friends for a special not quite wrestling live stream where we watch something that's kinda like wrestling, but not quite. And for $9.99 a month, you can play Armstrong Bingo with us. It's all that other stuff, plus once a year, you can select what we watch on Off the Grid. So don't make it porn, don't make it something that'll get me a copyright strike. Please send a link because I don't want to do work. I'm lazy. Get on YouTube now, support me, I'll thank you later. Literally, I will thank you. And until we can fix capitalism, this is the best I can do.
From the swamps of Louisiana, the Cajun Predator.
The day of the hairy freak or the fat slob is practically gone.
Let the party begin. I've got snacks.
There we go. Hey, look at that. I know, no audio. Now I have audio. Tecmo. How dare you re-up your sub? Hey, look at us. We made it again, another 7 days around the sun. Welcome to WCW Deep Cuts Live. Where every week at around 9 p.m. Eastern, live on Twitch, we gather here to watch the quote-unquote forgotten television classics of World Championship Wrestling in the 1990. Hello to everybody in the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club, aka the chat. Got a lot of great folks here tonight. The All-Star team is here as always. What was I about to say? Oh, hey, thank you so much to Dave in Syracuse for cheering them bits before the show. As well, thank you to Brian and Tecmo for re-upping your subs. I'm already feeling some gyno coming on from all that synthetic testosterone that you're giving me. So I'm so happy. I am recording. Thank you, Ghost of Burt Furnace. A couple weeks ago, maybe I hadn't been. Maybe we had to restart. You'll never know, YouTubers. By the way, again, I must say it. If you're watching on YouTube, this is not live. I'm sorry. Off the Grid is always live on YouTube, but not WCW Deep Cuts live. It might as well be WCW Deep Cuts taped. I should run a live stream that's just me talking shit about this after the show's over and giving away the results. Anyway, speaking of results, what I love the results of, the results of seeing how many folks have joined my weirdo empire on YouTube. I should just use the YouTube thing as the segue. Thank you to everyone in the Weirdo Empire. Brian Germany, the man, the myth, the legend. Commish Spiffy, Troid 11, David Syracuse, everyone's friend, Jonathan Mayer, V. Scott Keith, Hidden Track, Izzy McClure, Jason Honeycutt, Fartmaster Supreme, Toot our way to Ken Terminated DQ, JT, Jacob, Kenny, Brenticus Maximus, Champagne and JD, B. Suzanimal, Adam Suzanne, Yankee Hawk 04, Peyton Andrews, Adam Simon, Brent Clark, Anthony Marola, Stephen J. Neptune Man, Bam Dog, Sean Fox, Jesse Jamie, Impo, Wild Woobs, Brandon Stevenson, Casual Villainy, Dyma Bauer, Ninja Tower Black, Active Graves, Mark Webster, Justin aka Buddha Bull, Unpop, Sean O'Connell, Coop's Footy Vids, much better than Coopy's Foot Vids, The Cribs, Brando H, Algio de Santo Gold, Del Santo Gold, rather, Going Too Fast, Kubla 1972, Philip Romaine, Joseph Dowd, and the Judas Effect himself. I don't want to assume gender for anyone. But nonetheless, thank you all so much. And hey, for those of you in the Weirdo Empire, Erotic Eric Fontaine tearing up, this Sunday, we're having our monthly Not Quite Wrestling stream. More on that here in a second. Now, if you want to join in the chat and I'm not streaming, you can join the Discord, where all of the weirdos and the members of the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club hang out during the week. Chop it up, tinyurl.com/discord for Tom Green. Just click this, go to that link, join in, and most of the folks in the chat every week are there. If you're not there yet, it's a lot of fun. So without any further ado, I need to get a new mouse, so I'm not having a. Mike did bring the warm soda and half-eaten crackers. Commodore Amigo. We got 3 episodes of WCW Pro from 1992 to get to, a packed show. Let's go.
Another rude awakening. Can you believe that?
As always, let me know how the gosh darn thing sounds. What just happened? All right, there we go. I love how the Chiron guy doesn't get the hint that it's, you don't put the dots between the initials WCW.
That we'll talk about a little bit later on. But you saw
it might have been 1,500, but it was at a show. Or 15,000, but it was at a show in the ring. He might have done a separate YouTube video, but it was definitely at a show. Yeah, that's some rough green screen. That's he got his green screen at a 5 below, like I used to have.
Jim Ross is here with us. He'll be talking with Paulie dangerously about the attacks, of course.
Exactly, TK Bomber. Yeah, Terry Taylor would have just coughed up the 10 grand. He could have been the second wrestler trained by Ric Flair.
Here's a look at who's on the program this week on WGN. An exciting hour remaining. The Steiners in tag team action a little bit.
Johnny B. Bad was the pre-show.
2 big main events, including the natural Dustin Rhodes one-on-one against Beatable Bobby, and then we'll see Sting and Marcus Alexander Bagwell together.
Look at all these jackets, all these wonderful jackets. Ah, the Enforcers.
The following contest, it is set for one fall. Introducing first,
from the one fall,
weighing 465 pounds, Abdullah the Butcher.
Hey, LJH.
And this match after WCW this week.
Abdullah, he couldn't be a butcher because that's just too much for WGN on Saturday morning. The UIC Pavilion. WGN, I have no idea. I assume not, because this aired again at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning.
3 p.m. matinee means all kids 12 and under just $5.
Well, that's what matinee means apparently.
Abdullah the Butcher battles. Catch this Jack. Also
So yeah, this must have been Abdullah as a babyface though. What a random ass match. One fall, it just says one fall death. You gotta like give a little, you can't just put one fall death. You're advertising murder like they were in Music City Wrestling. A grudge cage. That just makes it sound like they hate each other so much, and when they get in the ring, they're gonna get anxiety, and it's gonna feel like they're trapped in a cage of emotion.
Larry Sabesco, you're riding on the notoriety of being the cruncher. But you
Cruncher.
Get the job done completely.
Like, I understand a cruncher in this sense means that he crunched the bones in Barry Windham's arm, but it just sounds like he's really good at sit-ups.
When I step into the ring with you at 3 p.m. on Sunday, I'm gonna do to you what you tried
3 p.m.
to do
on
to
Sunday,
me,
I'm
and you're
gonna
be leaving in
beat
the
you up. Bravo, thank you for the cheers.
Butcher has attacked his
Yeah, we missed part of the Abdullah match because Barry couldn't keep his trap shut. Is he wrestling El Dandy? Who the fuck is this guy?
In WCW.
Oh,
To remind our great fans that, of course, Super Brawl 2 comes to Milwaukee
whereas Abdullah is the flapper.
on Saturday, February 29th. We want to remind you that if you would like to go to Milwaukee to be at Super Brawl, here's a number to order tickets. Visa or MasterCard orders, you can call
The Cruncher and the Muncher. Num num num.
4545.
Mike Atkins, the referee, always the guy who's the amalgamation of all the other WCW referees. That's Al Dundee. That's Al Dandy's cousin Al Dandy. He's a shoemaker. Cruncher and the Muncher together, they are fiddle faddle. Says Orion. I like that. Did he fall out of his singlet?
Trying to get back in.
Hello, KJ over on Twitter. Hello, hello. Yeah, the Abdullah Dark Side of the Ring's weird because, like, yeah, I gave this guy hepatitis, but I can't read. But maybe I can. And that's just left a mystery. Also, Hannibal sucks, so, like, I don't know.
And all of that weight, such a force. He really knows how to use his weight. Look at Poston. He's out right now. And Abdullah finishes him up.
Oh, Abby!
Here's your winner, Abdullah the Butcher.
This dude must have pissed Abby off.
And I don't think it's going to work. Abdullah gets the win.
Honestly, that by itself would have just been a good finish. He just laid on the guy.
After the break, but right now,
just laid back.
Back with Jim Ross in the interview after this on GM.
Like, I love that pin. He's like, fuck, I got an itch between my shoulder blades. Fuck. I don't think anybody deserves Hep C. But yeah, Hannibal sucks. Hello, this is Anybo.tv. Kevin, what do you think about Kevin Steen embarrassing wrestling by being on WWE wearing a t-shirt?
A day of great opportunity to eliminate the competition.
Animal, he left a comment under my Steve DeSalvo video. So I asked him what he thought about Kevin Steen wearing a t-shirt on WWE television. He never answered me back. I was very disappointed.
Today, right here on this program,
Yeah, this man is like in his mid-20s.
Dustin Rhodes, you grandson.
Midnight Fowler, thank you for upping your sub. 11 months in a row with the Prime sub. Hell yeah. That all sounds disgusting, Orion. I like none of those things. That would just be...
There's a name that strikes fear in my heart. Within an inch of his life, only Sting had to save the day for him. So today, right here on this program, Arn Anderson and the Cruncher Larry Zbyszko will eliminate...
Eamon is 27 years old.
But that prepubescent little singer, Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
I thought he just called him Morgus. Morgus Alexander Bagwell? Peter Crawford, thank you. Appreciate everybody who's read the graphic that I put out. Appreciate you very much. R. Gizzy, thank you so much for the follow. What is my favorite Rilo Kiley album? Probably got that because I was talking about The Elected the other night. Sorry, I'm checking something. Peter Crawford, thank you for upping that sub. Missy calling him Mucus Bagwell did rule.
Their opponent's total combined weight, 581 pounds from Wyoming, Mike Thor.
Mike Thor, the man who they thought people would think was Medusa.
Thanks to Jim Ross. And I interview with Paulie dangerously, and of course...
to answer your question, my favorite Rilo Kiley album, The Execution of All Things.
What happened last week a little bit later
Probably my
on,
favorite.
We can't wait to see Sting and Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
Better Son or Better Son Daughter, good that won't come out. As the kiddos say, banger after banger.
Wrestling News Network. And an
Though honestly, my favorite Rilo Kiley song isn't even one that Jenny sang on. It's a Ripcord.
On Saturday, February 29th. And also, I want to remind you that our next event in Chicago.
Hey, Refs as Wizards. It's Fred Avery and Mike Thor.
Sunday, March 1st.
The mismatched singlet connection.
Hand to the back of the neck. Actually, and picking up Avery.
Oh gosh. Yeah, like I posted on Blue Sky and stuff last night, I really hope Blake gets the music bug off this tour and releases another elected album. Like Sun 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 is fantastic.
Maybe get a shot at the World Tag Team title very soon. The belt held by Beautiful Bobby.
See, Mike Thor, I think, will be safe because he was like a frequent enhancement guy. They were nice to some of them. Like if they liked you and they knew that you were going to be around, they wouldn't dump you on your brainstem. Mike will be very Thor after this squash. Fred Avery was a frequent guy too, but I feel like he got shit on a lot. Like Terry Funk hated Fred Avery. Like he'd go out of his way to mention him, which would make you think, oh, he likes him. But I mean, he'd shit on him in a way where, like, reading between the lines, like, oh, he fucking hates Fred Avery.
Wrestled together before, and now here they are, the World Tag Team.
Mike Thor from the same school as Mike Ironman and Mike Hawk, and his valet dog.
For any team, including the Steiners,
never worked well with Mike Spider-Man.
to get the belt from him.
Yeah, there's nothing up there, by the way.
Sending Thor in with an Irish whip, and down he goes, the Steiner line, and yes.
So has anybody in here seen the fake, not the fakes, oh my gosh. It's the official Scott Steiner Twitter account, but it's clearly some social media manager running it. It's really bad. Like, ungodly fake.
Now, Scotty is in.
It's rough. Oh!
Power bomb.
Like, it's worse than the Buff Bagwell one.
The Steiners looking off.
Here we go. Ow! Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners.
Y'all saw that, right?
Brothers.
Homeboy just knocked himself out on Scott Steiner's ass.
Network. I'm Gordon Phillips. The attacks by the Dangerous Alliance as a group continue. You saw earlier.
I'd almost rather land on my head.
A couple of weeks ago,
because at least when I'm paralyzed, I got a cool story.
Bagwell with a steel chair before
like Thor just died via analingus. He went to the store to get groceries and came back in traction. Oh yeah, like I imagine Mike Thor left a big old bruise on his butt cheek. And knowing all the injections that dude probably took to the butt cheek, that shit's hard from all that scar tissue. He just got Steinerized, pulverized. Slowly soaking his pain away to little beef eater. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. Before they panned over it, it just looked like Rick Rude dropped the chair.
Against the Dangerous Alliance. The result should be
Non-stop traction.
6 and 8-man tag matches around the country. Now the Super Brawl continues to draw.
The Super Brawl.
As everyone is looking toward the Sting and Lex
Did
Luger match for the
Bret Hart
world
write
title
the
is
copy, buddy?
Perhaps the biggest match in the history of WCW. The board of directors have made some new announcements. In addition to Luger and Sting,
Gordon Sully is 63. We got to do age checks on these guys.
Super Brawl 2.
Yeah, I don't think we can do one of these streams without Marcus Bagwell or any of the Armstrongs.
Will be forthcoming. Also, Jushin Liger will return from
Hell
Japan
yeah,
to
Jushin
defend
Liger.
the light heavyweight title against the former champion Flying Brian. And some big news regarding the
Always
exclusive
funny
pay-per-view
when
telecast.
and
Jesse, the Body
when they
Guy
would
Solo
or
will
wouldn't
join the
give
broadcast
Brian Pillman
team.
his last name.
Standing by with some comments. Jesse?
Unbelievable, Gordon.
Jesse, like he's the fucking Great Gazoo over his shoulder. Gordon gets so shit-faced that he's got a Jesse Ventura hanging out.
After 2 long years of being out of wrestling, Jesse the Body is back, and he is back
Gordon,
to stay. And I'll tell you what,
the need for an independent third party is as vast as it's ever been.
Beginning to end, doing what I do best, telling it just like it is, Gordon.
Jesse just said Gordon Solis still alive.
Ventura, as first announced back on January 21st.
I think that the PWA Rookie of the Year should just be the Marcus Bagwell Award.
This is truly shaping up to be the biggest event in the history of WCW. Super Brawl 2
You already said that,
will
buddy.
originate from Milwaukee and will be seen only on pay-per-view. Make your plans now and call your local cable system to order Super Brawl 2 on Saturday, February 29th.
Or what, Gordon? What are you gonna do? It's leap year. That's not a date that exists.
Ian, we saw a matchup between Dustin Rhodes and Stunning Steve Austin, in which Dustin Rhodes prevailed. However, the man was to have been Barry Windham. But because of the injury, Barry could not compete. Here's what happened. Dustin, anytime.
Only asking questions, right, KJ?
Whatsoever. Dustin almost
Hello, Fran. Hello, hello. Just in time to watch Steve Austin rub his sweaty balls all over Dustin Rhodes' face. Yeah, I was just joking. I know 1992 was a leap year. Could you imagine how many times these two have wrestled each other in their lives? That was a good spot. Fun spot.
Or Rhodes' lower back got to be tightening up. Irish whip, Austin in a day's state. And
Bulldog,
and Austin had a well scouted.
1992 is your birth year. Hell yeah. Youngster Orion. I'm an 87 baby. Happy birthday. 33 years old. Hey. Just hitting your prime. Happy birthday to Orion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is set for one fall.
Set for one fall.
Introducing first, from Austin, Texas, he weighs 200.
DMP and Brian are birth year twinsies. Like, I have to per capita have one of the older Twitch audiences. I'm not saying that to be mean to you all, just like I show speed. I imagine doesn't have a bunch of people in this chat that were born in the 80s with an eye for the ladies, you know?
Everything continues between the.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in this special return.
Hell yeah, Sean Drox. Happy early birthday. Dude, that would be sick if Dustin wore this jacket for the MJF match. Or just at any point before he retires, because I love that jacket.
He weighs 233 pounds. Beautiful.
That's right, LJH, and this is my comfort era, too. Jonathan Mayer is old enough to buy us all beer. I mean, we're all old enough to buy beer. But, I mean, we prefer the term more sophisticated. Grizzled veterans. 1997. Wow, fanzine. Hey, Alan Starr. In the future, I will be. Might be a couple weeks. Because, yeah, look, a lot of the ECW stories have been told, so it's a little harder to find weird little stories. I'm trying. 87, same with me, Irish, Indy. Assume you're a Notre Dame fan.
Many 6-man and 8-man tag team matches have been signed with members of the Dangerous Alliance going up against Dustin, Steamboat.
This should be a hell of a match.
So yes, the battle lines have been drawn.
Hello, Mountie. You always get your man, and we always got our backs. Hello. Thank you for the follow.
This great country. And some interesting comments from Jesse the Body Ventura.
I'm gonna hold back on that one.
And what about those announcements?
But it was a fun story, Jonathan, yes. I would normally make a story on one of the Mountie rules, but everything I've heard about him is that he was a real piece of shit. Yeah, I hope Bobby Eaton swears. Son of a bitch!
It will be Ravishing Rick Rude as you take a look at Medusa and Paulie. Ravishing Rick Rude.
I do not know at the quality. I cannot vouch for the quality of any of the WWE shop shirts.
For the light heavyweight title at Super Brawl. We'll have more announcements next week.
I think the last WWE shirt Noli got was a few years old. But I think it was before Fanatics. I don't think Fanatics produced the shirt that he has. It was a gift from someone in the company that I don't even know if it was on sale.
Bobby trying to get up now. Dustin just grabbing him fully on the arm.
Holy shit, I need to see Record Breakers. I've never heard of that.
Right hand,
Here's the tip for the AEW shirts. Always, if you really want an AEW shirt, try to get it at a show. At least last time I checked, the ones at the shows are produced by local printers. So there's a little more care put into them. They're not as mass produced. Yeah, that makes sense, Sean. Or Mitch, Sean, Irish, whatever your name may be. There's so many folks there. The Bruv jersey, yes. Noli has the Bruv jersey, and it is held up very well.
Dustin goes to the arm.
Bobby sucks. Why am I assuming that everybody in this audience has a southern accent? I mean, I'm sure they do. By the way, I don't know if I've said it before, I don't like the white canvas that WCW used in this time period. Oh, I don't know when the last time you went to an AEW show, Commodore Amigo. They've been bringing a lot more merch since December, January. Like, the merch stands are way bigger, and they bring way more stuff. Yeah, it's...
His father 3 times had that belt.
That's something they have improved tenfold.
Dustin counters. Bobby, though, with heavy right hand. Dustin continues to fire back.
I can find it easily. Okay, I'm going to look for it. We're gonna have to watch that on Not Quite Wrestling.
Down he went. And you can see Bobby luring Dustin over.
Dustin's insane. I love Dustin.
What's he gonna do now?
I love Dustin because he's like a giant. And is like, yeah, I'll just do a tope over the rope to nobody. Why not?
Now he comes. With a chair. Right in the face.
Jeez.
Right in the face with a steel chair. While Paulie...
Well, that's kind of fucked up. Bobby's like, hey, Dustin, edge of the chair to the face. I thought it was to the throat. What a calculated attack. Like, honestly, if you're gonna hit a guy with a chair and not just blast him over the head, that's the second sickest way to do it. And it's relatively safe. Dustin's promo on Dynamite this week fucking ruled. Dustin's awesome. I love Dustin.
And to the throat one more time. That blow from, Dustin goes down. That blow from the chair, I thought, hit him flush in the face, but actually got in his chin area in the throat.
Oh, heard that one. Ricky Starks just showed up on NXT. Wow.
Around ringside. You are so outnumbered.
Did he do this? He likes to do this.
And Bobby takes his knees.
Good on Ricky. Hopefully he's happy. Hopefully, everybody's happy in that situation now.
Do something to counter Paulie and his interference.
TurboTax has video games? I mean, why not?
Chest first. You heard that some special stipulations may be coming in the Rick.
It's Defy Heavyweight Champion Ricky Starks.
Hopefully, maybe they involve Paulie. I'm not so sure Dustin can
Ooh, I just got a
continue
scoop ski in my DMs. $500. I'll give it out.
Checking the evidence and
Fanzine, thank you for the sub. Appreciate the prime sub. I like Ricky
Bobby going right
Starks.
for the upper body. Look at Dustin. Both men
I think he's good.
Dustin had enough presence to get to his feet to a vertical pace. But, he's down.
I hope they let him produce his own segments like he used to on the Indies.
What a grueling match. And
Okay, that's a funny spot.
Dustin, and Dustin barely got
Paulie's like, I'll give you a little bit of a tap on the butt,
Paulie gave
and you go
Bobby a shove in the
flying. Bobby went flying across the ring.
Got a swinging neck breaker, and that has to be it. Wait a minute, Bobby's gonna try to end it all right here. More than just a win, like we said. It's out to injure. Put out Dustin Rhodes. And an elbow. He's still
Ghost of Burt Prentice,
Look at this.
YouTube pays the best, definitely. Like, honestly, I'll be real with you guys. I feel like I'm about to give like a shitty parent talk. The 2 hours or the time that I make the least money producing content weekly is when we're doing the WCW Deep Cuts live streams. But this is also my favorite time of the week to be producing content. I love these streams. This is a labor of love. Free. Like, YouTube pays so much better, but I also my shorts do obscenely well. Like, I still do well on Twitch, relatively speaking. That's why I can't get rid of ads. I'd love to be able to get rid of the ads, but I gotta make money somewhere. I will not. This will be the last thing. I've made a priority list in my phone, and like, okay, if I ever get overwhelmed, this is the thing I'll quit first, and then this, and this would be the last thing I quit, even though it pays the least, because I love it so much. I love you guys. I love the WCW merchandise catalog.
Okay, here's the picture. You've got bad credit. You can't get the money you need. So what
Fuck
do
you! Why would you assume I have bad credit? They left in the part where he insults you and then cut out the rest.
Right now, standing by, as always, on WGN, Jack Brickhouse. And this week's Brickhouse.
Hell yeah, Jack Brickhouse!
No doubt one of the strangest things going on right now in WCW has to be the relationship between Cactus Jack and Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh God,
Now, it's
please
truly a love-hate
compare them to
relationship.
Moose
1 minute
Cholak.
they're tag team partners, the next thing you know, they're fighting each other, going down the aisle, swearing vengeance each against the other. And then
Jack
next week,
Brickhouse is
they are again as
38.
partners. It seems they can't decide if they want to be a team or not, which is
He is
certainly
clearly
fine with
reading from
fans
the
because
script here.
Together they make for an awesome duo. Apart, they're awesome, but not as effective. But I tell you, when and if they sign to face each other, it should be one of the most brutal wrestling matches
somebody
of all
wrote
time, and one
fucking
personally
script
that I'd
for
sure
him,
like to see.
because
I'm
they
Jack
got sick
Brickhouse,
of him
and
just
this has been another
rambling
Brickhouse bonus.
about, that's like, I was like a square on the point 30 seconds.
For one fall, it is tag
So
team
yeah, that was,
action.
somebody wrote
Introducing
copy
first,
for him.
accompanied by the Chief Executive Officer of the Dangerous Alliance, Paul E. Dangerously.
This is
And
the
first
end of
lady
the Enforcers, by the way. Like, they stopped teaming around this
Ladies
time.
and gentlemen, the Dangerous Alliance of the Cruncher.
I wouldn't say Paulie's a Nepo baby. Like, if his dad, he came from a rich family. It's not a Nepo. It's not a Nepo baby. Yeah, Heyman's dad wasn't in wrestling, he was a lawyer. Like, he had an advantage, but like, that's not nepotism.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponent, introducing first.
Yeah, Paul had the advantage, and has kept the advantage in wrestling of being a guy who read books. He's a fail son. That's a better term than Nepo described.
251 pounds. This is
Bow. Seriously, all-time great entrance.
Right after this,
Arn's 34 years old. I'm 37 right now. But yeah, Paul was able to do so much in wrestling and not have a real job because he came for money. Yes, I will give you that.
And of course, of a couple of weeks ago with the chair, so he has a lot of incentive to get going in this match.
And because his dad would just file lawsuits anytime he got mad at something. Like, ECW was like halfway funded from Paul settling with WCW multiple times. Hey Elias, hello. Staying with his tribute to the Z-Men.
Sting, of course, the bitter enemy of the Dangerous Alliance. Bagwell has turned into one.
Larry is 40, Sting is 33, Marcus is 22. Hello, baby.
As you take a look at Medusa and leave these personal vendettas alone. But here he is. He is not a chicken, as Zbyszko may lead you to believe. And he is certainly with the,
this will be fun.
The man of the hour in WCW, a man who will go after that world title. And Lex
like,
Luger,
rookie Marcus is unoffensive.
Anderson turns Sting around, and that left hand so lethal.
So lethal.
Anderson going to try a high-risk maneuver, which is uncharacteristic of
I get a kick at Larry Zbyszko in ways that aren't really from his wrestling. I just think he has a funny way of talking. Medusa hasn't really figured out what hairstyle worked for her yet. Yeah, same with the wardrobe. Like, one week she'd come out on TV in like an evening gown, and the next she would just wear like a Horace Grant jersey. I always loved when Larry would do kung fu shit. And then later on commentary, when he was like on Nitro, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm a 6th degree black belt, blah blah blah. I'm like this legendary shooter." You fucking aren't, buddy.
And of course, our fans have joined us for many, many months, and of course,
Larry Zbyszko was the director of authority for TNA. Look at Sting. Oh, dude, Sting was such an underrated athlete. Just so quick. Yeah, Larry Zbyszko got TNA one of their first big sponsors, Morphoplex.
We'll get his day, I'm sure, with Barry Windham. Tag is made in the
what was that? I think I need to turn this mic down. I feel like I'm peeking out a little too much. No, like after Arn tagged Larry went and then like rubbed his thigh. Yeah, I love Larry being a little weirdo.
Collar and elbow jab. Top wrist lock.
Oh, they're chanting Paul Lee sucks. I'm like, Bobby's not out there anymore. I love that Larry Zbyszko had his comeback run at like a younger age than half of the WWE roster is right now. Talking about 16 glorious years, and I'm like, dude, half the AEW roster has 20 glorious years now. I was talking with Alan Farrell, on his podcast on the Torch website a couple weeks ago about Larry. And it's like, when we were kids, it was so impressive. This guy has had 20 glorious years in wrestling. And it's like, Mark Briscoe's been in wrestling longer than that, man. Like,
slap to the face again. Bagwell, great agility.
Those damn stem cells.
Zbyszko blocked it. Bagwell got him that time.
Bagwell almost forgot he was supposed to do a hip toss. That was very funny. 1 and 2.
Right hand of the face, up in cold. Bagwell picks up the clincher, but both men are in.
One of them karate kicks. Oh.
And after the round,
yeah, the girls in Stardom that started when they were like 9.
So yeah,
like
it gets back
they hit 20 and it's like they're grizzled veterans. Every time. Tell him, Arn. Tell him.
And Anderson thought he gets back to a youngster getting involved, getting his temper now, getting the best of him.
I don't think Bagwell necessarily went through an extreme change in his career. It's just the culture. He went from like early 90s fuckboy here to like late 90s MTV's The Jam fuckboy when he was Buff Bagwell.
And hopefully one day, all this is going to stop.
Yeah, LeBron's been around for fucking ever. He's still like the top guy. Sucks. Holly sucks. It was a longer rookie. Marcus Bagwell. I don't think even when AJ was young, anybody ever really referred to him as a rookie prospect. Rey Mysterio and Adam Copeland are both big on the stem cells. I feel like Rey Mysterio was in, where the fuck did they go? Peru? For the stem cells, like every couple of months. And he's not shy about it. He'll just post to Instagram.
And now the members of the Dangerous Alliance, these two men who at one time made up a team called the Enforcers, and they were World Tag Team.
Wait, they're not a team anymore?
Really lowering the
Gravy Live. I couldn't read your name there. I had to look it up on my phone. Thank you so much for the follow.
Match here on WGN.
I think the reason why TNA used to do the AJ is the next big thing over and over again is because they kept redoing the AJ as an up-and-comer story every time they got on a bigger platform. Like they did it on pay-per-view, then they did it on Fox Sports Net, then they did it on Spike TV. They go to Columbia. Gotcha. I thought it was somewhere like that.
Elbow to the back of the neck.
Oh, that looked brutal. Pranked his damn neck because he didn't know to bump. Oh my. Bagwell sandbagging his ass.
I thought he had a pin for crying out loud.
You're supposed to jump even if Arn doesn't slam you, buddy. Yeah, literally, they were the previous tag champs. And Shivani's talking like this is their big nostalgia run 15 years later. Cleaning house.
And Mike Adkins trying to get Sting out.
Mike Adkins is getting a little too personal. Like, I don't think you're allowed to, like, grab a wrestler like that if you're a referee. Or a co-worker at all.
Flips in behind Anderson.
I think Medusa's gonna kick him. Nope.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think there's a reason why Sting only did this design once.
Oh no. He's out cold.
Like, it looks like it's too complicated to do regularly, but doesn't look fancy. Yes. Medusa and all of her zippers have led the Dangerous Alliance to victory. Yeah, for a team that's allegedly been broken up for so damn long, they had matching gear and they won. Bring the family, like all the other shows are Don't Bring the Family Day. Mike Adkins was 32, oh my gosh.
Abdullah the Butcher battles Texas Jack. Also, Ron Simmons combines.
And what a random ass tag team. They're like, oh, Mr. Hughes and Vinny Vegas both wear ties? Oh, Vinny Vegas didn't wear a tie. In one fall death. That sounds like a Charles Bronson movie. It was on top of this point. Luger was the champion, about to lose it to Sting. At Super Brawl. Grudge Cage. Sounds way cooler than it was. Just a shitty ass cage. Mike Adkins, I don't even know if Mike Adkins is still alive.
You know, Wyndham,
why is he wearing a tuxedo?
Car door came flying across, and I felt every bone in your hand crush.
Like, if we're supposed to believe that this is live, Larry went backstage and threw on a tuxedo. Because he needed to be fancy for his promo.
You want a death match? Will you leave me an address, jerk? So afterwards, I know where to send the flowers.
See, that's why I love Larry. He's like a middle-aged dude who talks like a child bully. Send me an address so I can send the flowers,
Let's talk about
jerk.
what we have in store next week here on Chicago's very own Channel 9.
I can't get over that he wore a tuxedo for that
our
promo.
First look at the new Freebirds, taking on the team of Thomas Rich and Richard
The new
Morton.
Free? Oh, that's
Larry
right. That they
Zbyszko and
did the
beautiful
thing
Bobby
at the
the Dangerous
Clash
Lions will be here against
right before this.
Flying Brian and former junior heavyweight
Song.
champion Mike Graham. Also, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Steve of the Young
Did look
Pistols
like
will
a
be here.
ventriloquist
Big Josh, Mr.
dummy.
Hughes, and many other top superstars. And as you know, our fans in Milwaukee anticipating Super Brawl. Saturday, February 29th. It'll be, of course, originating from Milwaukee, but it'll be only on pay-per-view. Many of the top
You've only
cable
said that
systems which carry
14 times?
WGN. We invite you to call your local cable system right now and place your order. Lex Luger and Sting for the world title, certainly the biggest matchup in the history of WCW, plus Rude and Steamboat for the U.S. title, Flying Brian and Jushin Liger for the light heavyweight title, and more announcements next week. And I'm Tony Schiavone. See you next week on
Milwaukee.
WGN.
All right, before we go into our next episode, like I mentioned before, this Sunday night at 8 is my YouTube member exclusive stream, Not Quite Wrestling. So again, if you are not a YouTube member, if you're watching the VOD, go the subscribe button. If you hold it down, it'll have a little thing that says become a member. You join that. If you're watching here on Twitch and want to become a member, just go to my YouTube channel. And yeah, you can do all that. But this is what we'll be watching for YouTube members only, Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Not Quite Wrestling.
Yes, it's like a traditional Japanese fat boy dust-up. Let's play Sumo Slam.
There, really pushing aggressive, and he's got him in the pit.
All right, so that is Sunday, 8 p.m. for YouTube members only. We'll have lots of fun watching weird. The show is called wrestling, but I assure you, it is not wrestling. It is the D-Lo show, yes. Fat Boy Dust Up. I forgot that Paul Lee was beating the shit out of the extras too during that angle at the Clash.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with their new hit single, the greatest rock and roll band
There we go.
all time.
Of all time. Greatest rock and roll band of all time.
Freebirds.
And what a way to start our Saturday morning here on Chicago's very own Channel 9.
I love that they had the issues with the song at the Clash. They're like, fuck it, we'll just do this over and over again. Look at this lip syncing. Gordy did not show up until he came in with Doc this shoot. They did not have Terry Gordy out doing this shit. It's the lip syncing. And the fact that Jimmy Garvin... Okay, first off, the mics are not... Okay, they're plugged in. I did not think they were plugged into anything. But, like, the camera cuts. They're not cutting the camera whenever they switch singers. Yeah, Precious returned as, like, the executive vice president of Freebird Enterprises. Whatever her official role was. But they were like a corporation.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents in this tag team contest, total combined weight, 453 pounds, from Atlanta, Georgia, Thomas Rich.
What a random ass team.
Joey Mags.
York Foundation, Tommy Rich, and Joey Mags.
And we are so happy that you could be with us. We have an exciting hour that we'll talk about.
Tommy Rich here, it looks so fucking sleazy. Like, almost as sleazy as Jimmy Garvin.
They used to be called the greatest rock and roll band of all time.
They just were, Tony. Literally 2 minutes ago, they were called the greatest rock and roll band of all time.
For a second not talk about the music and obviously.
I don't think you can use past tense.
Let's talk about. As you hear the
Tommy Rich about to call somebody a slur if they keep chanting.
Let's talk about the wrestling ability of the Freebirds.
Joey Maggs, Mamboe.
World, 6-man, and U.S. Tag Team Champions within a 12-month period, the last 12 months.
Imagine little Tommy sitting at home watching this thinking, you know, my favorite of these guys is Joey Maggs.
Wow, great maneuver, sending Garvin down.
And this is Tommy Rich's York Foundation.
Some information concerning the
Fucking chaps
on Sunday, March 1st at 3 o'clock in the
and stubble.
Here in Chicago during the hour. Irish whip. An elbow. Or making a knee. Wrong joint there. Knee to the midsection.
What is happening?
Ooh. With a brand new song. A brand new look.
Joey Maggs paying for it because Jimmy fucked up.
Fans are calling for the DDT, their premier move. And Michael
Like, everybody in this match looks like the drug dealer for the other three.
Over the top. Joey Maggs with an arm drag.
Now, I wish I could do the Tommy Rich voice. I think I've done it accidentally on here before. Hello, HD. Thank you for the follow.
Jimmy Jam is in.
Because they are, yes. Also, they are clearly beating the shit out of Joey because they think he is the lesser than of the team.
And both men sending Joey Maggs in.
Somebody say something about firing up. I can't do it on command. It's an accidental thing. Tommy Rich is already heading to the locker room. One, Tommy is halfway down the apron, or down the aisle.
And here it is one more time.
Stipulation for this match is the winning pinfall gets everyone else's bottle of wild turkey out of their gear bags. Yeah, Tommy Rich is already in the locker room to make sure nobody takes his bottle. And that DDT was rough. Freebird, what's your excuse? That's how they would testify. I bet that's how Michael Hayes testifies when the Janelle Grant stuff goes to court. Sir, it says here that you were in Vince McMahon's text messaging group receiving these images. Dude, I'm a Freebird. What's your excuse?
Is our next event in the UIC Pavilion in Chicago. Many of our great fans will be coming from all points in the nation to see this big event. And we'll stop in Chicago.
Tony Schiavone looks like a literal child. He looks like the youngest Republican you'll ever meet.
Chicago on March 1st. Now let's take a look at the rundown of the program this week on WGN. It's going to be tremendous this week because Sting is here in singles competition. We also have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat against one half of the Young Pistols, Tracy.
Young Pistol Tracy. I love that was his name. At this point, Young Pistol Tracy.
It is going to be a tremendous hour of fans. We're going to take you back now not too long ago. The Steiner Brothers, as you know, they want to be the next World Tag Team Champions. They had a match involving the Dangerous Alliance when the entire Dangerous Alliance struck, and here's exactly what happened.
I bet Michael would ask the lawyer representing Vince. I forget her name. Hey, can I get me some music when I walk up to the stand? My grandma's Tracy. Oh, jeez! That was a nasty looking suplex on old Larry Z. Yeah, Brian Pillman and Mike Graham are like the de facto number 1 and number 2 babyface of the light heavyweight division at this time. So they teamed a lot.
And now Paulie is in the ring. Bobby with the phone. And now the
Oh God, what? Okay. Oh, that's sweet. More teams should do the stuffed brainbuster. I think we're good on stuffed pile drivers for a while. Stuffed brainbuster. That's sweet.
The following contest, it is set for one fall. Introducing first from the Northwoods, 274 pounds.
Here comes Big Josh. I love that the security guy is just a guy in a bomber jacket looking sad in the front row.
Pavilion will be rocking Sunday afternoon, March 1st at 3 p.m. because the superstars of Pro 76 Wrestling will be there. Special attraction, it's Bring the Family Day. 3 p.m. matinee means all
Big Josh and Big Bill. Big Bill's a lumberjack. I think would be a hell of an idea.
Abdullah the Butcher battles Cactus Jack. Also, Ron Simmons combines forces with Bruce.
Hell yeah, RV Crimmer. Dude, hell of a gateway. Exactly, Ghost.
There'll be a 6-man tag team elimination match.
They can't bring the Bears to every town. You only bring the Bears to the big shows.
Beautiful Bobby. The main event, a grudge match pitting Sting against ravishing Rick Rude. Great tickets still available. Get them at all Ticketmaster locations or charge them by calling 559-1212. Now, here's more.
Sunday, March 1st, Chicago at the Pavilion at 3
Ron's
p.m.
headband is
Mr. Hughes
great.
and Vinny Vegas. Vinny Vegas, what is that, man? That sounds like something out of Las Vegas. Well, let me tell you, you're going to be taking that gamble.
What type of bird is that? Vinny Vegas sounds like something out of Las Vegas.
How can a guy like you with a partner like this? It doesn't matter who's in your corner because I would love to take this stick and I would love to stick it where the sun don't shine hard.
Mr. Hughes, I bet you made the Breakfast Club. Jim Hurt is not here. Not here. That is the Sears photo studio background.
For our fans who watch WGN in Milwaukee, or if you live in the Chicagoland area, you want to go to Super Brawl, there's the number to order tickets, 414-276-4545.
They were the U.S. Tag Champions, weren't they? I forgot about that.
For Super Brawl 2 from Milwaukee.
Mr. Hughes, where'd you get your dress shirt from? Toilet store?
So make your plan. Sting and Lex Luger for the world title, like we said, the head of the program. Sting.
Rip Rogers, fresh from sticking his hand in some diarrhea.
It could still be Luger.
Our Yankee Hawk called the number for tickets to the USC Pavilion show. It is out of service. So we are fucked in that regard. Right on his tailbone.
Showing some temper here.
By the way, I did want to bring something up since we're in kind of a slow moment. I posted about it on Blue Sky last night. I like to check in because WWE does like a simulcast stream on Twitch during Raw. It's really sad, and I feel bad for Ryan, the guy that has to host it, because he just looks so sad doing it. But on the official WWE Raw Twitch stream, they're doing like half the numbers that WCW Deep Cuts Live does. Like, we are killing them. So congrats to everybody in here for making that happen.
2 count, Big Josh kicked out of it.
I feel bad. I feel bad for Ryan. I feel bad for everybody involved in it.
That we just mentioned that the UIC will be Bring the Family Day.
They got fucked.
3 o'clock matinee.
Like, the stories will come out someday on them. They got fucked.
$9 seats. So it's going to be a big afternoon of wrestling on Sunday.
Exactly, Yankee Hawk. We've conquered another one. WCW has won the war. Almost 25 years later. I love this move. I love Big Josh incorporating logging into his wrestling strategy. I love how excited he is to have just walked on a man's belly. Get it? Because it's his butt. He's exposed his butt. Yeah, we've beaten Russo. There are a number of independent wrestlers who were pretty big names who we crush regularly. The potluck. Hell yeah, exactly. I love seeing Scotland's numbers go up every week. Check out the Pro Wrestling Potluck Thursdays at 9. I was so happy that so many of you gave Scotland a chance for the first time on Sunday. And it seemed like a lot of you were having a lot of fun. Scotland is a great host. Twitch.tv/Mr. Green Mist if you were not around Sunday. Thursday at 9. It's so much fun. Scotland's the best. I believe he's taking callers this week. He has a lot more elements to his show than I do. He's very fancy. I just kind of throw shit on and we watch it. Scotland does games. He takes calls. Mitch, you rascal. I agree. Fred Avery, second week in a row. They almost have the same haircut. Yeah, Fred Avery, he's got a little baby mullet with a giant bald spot. When Fred Avery wakes up in the morning, or at least woke up in the morning at this time, he probably saw Sting in the mirror. What in the hell is he doing? Okay, I like Fred Avery now. That was a fun spot.
Sting is prepared to do battle. And also, as you know,
okay, this is fun. I like this. This is a good match. He's like, oh, I'm a ghost.
Right after this match with Gordon Stoley, the Wrestling News Network.
Oh, Fred Avery got busted up in that Steiner's match.
You know, WCW is
a black eye.
A difficult sport to be involved in for these athletes because many times they're thrust into a situation, as we get a handshake, thrust into a situation where they have to think of more than one thing. And Stinger told me that even though
yes, we talked about that a little bit ago. Yes, Ricky Starks on NXT. Good on him. Congrats to Ricky.
That he has to keep thinking about the next day.
Hey, Rudrick.
The UIC and that big cage match.
Oh, that was a funny bump. Tex Avery's cousin Fred.
So lots on his mind right now, but I think he's up to the task.
Ref, he's trying to wrestle me. What a funny spot. I like this match a lot. This is fun. Oh shit, he did? I did not realize he trained Ray Lloyd. Makes sense. He's from that area. Imagine Fred Avery if calling up Glacier. Hey, could you get me in that Blood Runs Cold thing? Those karate guys with the masks. I can be like Santa Claus. I'm cold. Oh, Liz Alvarado. Greetings from Mexico. No tariffs here. Tariff-free zone. Where do they find an endangered purple cheetah to make that sweet gear? There we go. That must have been fun. Do a Stinger splash to Fred Avery. Like a trampoline park. I always love Sting and being a silly rascal in these squash matches. Balls Mahoney was Santa Claus, the evil Santa of the South Pole. Got signed to a WWF contract specifically to play Santa Claus, and then Vince was like, shit, this only works once a year. Yeah, Sting. Mommy, will you bring a Sting home for us?
Wrestling News Network. I'm Gordon Soley.
So between the lighting and the suit, it looks like Gordon's dead.
As you know, they have attacked Barry Windham, Sting, and Marcus Alexander Bagwell in the past, but now Ricky the Dragon Steamboat has been attacked.
Oh no!
At the Clash of Champions on January 21st, had
Gordon looks drunk.
And then last week,
I have news for you. It's more than looks.
Announced the winners of his first Paulie Awards. Here's what
this was a fun angle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most prestigious award in the history of mankind are called.
He's just handing out the tops to trophies.
Texas and red bow tie.
I don't know if anybody noticed this, but the dangerous
Like he just paid for the little figurine on top of a trophy, and then like glued it to a wooden box.
Understand now that
yes, as opposed to bring your family
to prevent attacks like this again. Those measures will come to light a little bit later on in this program. Now, don't forget, Super Brawl 2 comes your way only on pay-per-view on Saturday, February 29th. The main event, the biggest match in WCW history, is Lex Luger defending the world title against Sting. Plus, Rick Rude and Ricky Steamboat battle for the U.S. title. Jushin Thunder Liger defends the light heavyweight title against Flying Brian. And we have four new
a little more
matches to announce
excitement
this
here.
week. Beautiful Bobby and Arn Anderson will defend the World Tag
Yeah,
Team
Nikita
belt
was definitely a
against
better
the
choice for
Steiners.
that team
And in a
than,
special challenge match, it will take place as Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes battle the Cruncher Larry Zbyszko and Stunning Steve Austin. The Z-Man faces Richard Morton. And
Yeah,
Cactus Jack
Bagwell
goes up
was.
against the
Yeah, we've
All-American
joked about it,
Ron
him being the
Simmons.
Rookie of the Year
It's
so
going to
many
be,
damn
without
times,
a
but it was
doubt, the
because he was in the
biggest pay-per-view in
perpetual.
history of WCW. Make sure to call your local
Like
cable
comparison
system
today
and
would
order
be
Super
like
Brawl 2
up until last year,
exclusively
like
on
Jungle
pay-per-view.
Boy.
Saturday,
Jungle Boy was like the young
29th
up and comer
at
for like
7 p.m.
3.5
Eastern.
years.
I'm Gordon Soley, and that's WNN for this week.
And then he turned heel.
Okay,
Zeman all over Richard Morton's face. Hell yeah.
next here on WGN, but before we see the match, we'll take you back now to the Clash of Champions. Ricky Steamboat against Ravishing Rick Rude. As you know,
Like
Steamboat
Shivani here
won the
looks
US
like
title in Super Brawl.
like a
Here's what
teenage
happened on the
actor
Clash of Champions.
who would get all the shitty movies that Mark Paul Gosselaar would say no to.
You're correct at that.
You know, like all the made straight to video store like comedies that they would clearly write for like a Zach Morris type. But Mark Paul's too busy to do them. So they call that. That's what Shivani looks like in this. McGravy, it's because Thomas Rich and Richard Morton were a part of the York Foundation. Were businessmen. Crushed his ass.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match.
Nick Patrick just letting two men pin one. Because he's a shitty referee.
How can they have won it? Two guys pinned one guy.
Exactly, Jesse. Thank you.
Rude awakening on a already weakened Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh, shit. Sick spot.
When Paulie and the boys are going to do the damage.
What?
No, not another one. There's no reason for this. The second
And Jesse, like, in his entire career, was not afraid to just be like, this doesn't make sense. Why are we doing this? Like, on commentary.
I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, that none of us will ever forget what happened at the Clash of the Champions, especially this man, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. It's now official. You will meet Ravishing Rick Rude at Super Brawl 2 on pay-per-view. But I have to ask you, Dragon, I know you've got a lot on your mind.
Oh, and that's right. This is the Ninja
Here
era.
today. Well, you know something, Jim Ross? Week after week after show, you will meet Ravishing Rick Rude at Super Brawl 2 on pay-per-view. But
Whoever
I have to
taped
ask you,
this
Dragon, I know you've got
said Fred.
Time and time again on national TV. Well, this is not going to happen anymore. This man in black, this man of the martial arts, this ninja will be watching my back, and I will guarantee that any one of the Dangerous Alliance to enter my realm.
The Ninja in this state was just a ninja, but at Super Brawl, like the ninja would interfere against Ricky, and we would find out that it was Paulie dangerously had taken out the ninja and snuck under the mask.
The following contest, it is set for one fall. Introducing first from Wyoming.
There we go, Tracy Smothers. But he doesn't have a last name at this point. He's just Young Pistol Tracy. His gimmick is that he is a gun. He's an actual gun.
He's got a ninja with him.
Got a ninja.
Dressed in black. And here he comes.
Does he do Judy chops?
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 241 pounds, Ricky the Dragon
Yay! Love ninjas.
And there you see him, the ninja behind him.
Yeah, no Armstrong bingo, unfortunately. I'm sorry, gang.
Steamboat, the martial arts expert, and you saw during the Wrestling News Network the attack.
With ninja. That's right. That's we don't need to. Our guys need to just be with ninja.
In the dressing room area. After he was attacked, he was on the floor in the dressing room area. That's Paul the award. Bruised his ribs.
Again, I've said it before. I'm so happy that Tony Khan got the rights to this song, so they play it whenever Ricky Steamboat does a cameo in AEW.
Gut wrench. Tracy got out of it.
People forget how damn big Tracy was. He's not a light heavyweight. Like, he's way bigger than Steamboat.
And out goes Tracy. You see the ninja. The ninja remaining stationary in that corner, and I think it's worthy to note, after all the attacks that have happened to Steamboat, you've seen both of them here.
No offense, Elias, that storyline would suck. And Jim Cornette should be nowhere near anything having to do with modern wrestling.
And Tracy's back in. That the ninja keeps his concentration focused away.
I love Tracy doing bullshit fake karate as my dogs are running wild in the background.
For Super Brawl for the US Heavyweight title.
Oh, they're gonna oh!
And that means the Dangerous Alliance would attempt to strike, as you know, many times they have. They would attempt to strike once again.
I love this spot.
Steamboat with a chop.
I've heard that story. That is very funny. Splitting the profits on his Confederate flag shirts with New Jack.
Steamboat did not. Nightmare takeover.
People buying them just to wave them in New Jack's. I'd say I'm tired of hearing Cornette talk about anything after, like, I don't know, 1996? We've been tired of hearing him bitch about Johnny Ace.
Steamboat can remain focused in the ring.
I feel like we've gone to the well one too many times.
Available at the Pavilion box office and all Ticketmaster locations. The box office, the Steamboat slips from behind. Tracy does. Oh, down goes Steamboat. The box office begins selling tickets.
Randy Anderson's got his tape fist, or his fist taped. Gonna beat someone's ass.
So make your plans now to join us. Tracy with a great.
Have a Type A death match with a glass on.
To the face of Steamboat. Steamboat is in trouble here. Elbow. Two count.
All right, Yankee Hawk says the name of Ricky's theme was Opening Ceremony and was composed by Andreas Coach, Gunter Graffinus, and Tony Tate. That cannot be a real name. It is on Spotify. Yes, Ticketmaster used to actually have physical locations and not just be the name that you cursed under your breath when you tried to go to concerts. Steamboat, Steamboat. Like, Randy Anderson looks like he's gonna fucking beat someone's ass. See, the first time I saw Steamboat was when he was breathing fire in the WWF. So that's just what I knew him as. Just the funny guy who blew fire. I was like, in this era, I'm like, why the fuck is he, like, beating everyone's ass? Hell yeah, Mr. Spiffy. Take that, Allison K.
In singles competition, Tracy looking sharp.
Right to the nutstickles. Oh, bam. A hook kick.
That set Steamboat down.
Exactly, the great feud.
Steamer.
myself an Allison K. I remember when Sabu used to run streams against me. I whooped his ass.
Up on top. Flying body press.
There we go.
That is it.
The ninjas. Well, ninjas are supposed to be like stealthy, right? The ninja was like, I can't get in the ring. I hit my sign. Sorry, Brent. This thing's beautiful. Hell yeah, I'll perform Effie. I'm not even a world champion. Yeah, he could not have gotten into the ring in a more awkward way than he just did. Oh yeah, Jack Brickhouse coming up next. God, I hope he's not scripted. Scripted Jack Brickhouse is not fun. Ooh.
Pound for pound, you're not going to find a better athlete in WCW than Mike Graham. The former junior heavyweight champion is not only one of the best mat wrestlers you'll ever want to find in the ring, he's truly one of the toughest ever out of the ring. The son of the late Eddie Graham, Mike has always had a reputation of being one of the nicest guys around, but also the owner of a pretty good temper. However, he has been able to vent his temper in the ring, and the results have been very successful.
Love that.
Now, this is a young man who literally grew up in the sport.
Just read what's on the screen.
Well, and he was always quite proud of his son. He's developed a nickname. Many call him the Squeegee Man. Now,
Yeah, I think Mike wrote this based on that comment.
Some later date. But for now,
there's no way.
What is known is his ability to be one of the best wrestlers ever in WCW. I'm Jack Brickhouse.
I think I might have to do an all Brickhouse episode one of these days. Seriously, that is insane. Not just that he said that Mike Graham is pound for pound like the toughest wrestler in WCW, but then he references the squeegee story with Sid. For those of you who don't know, Mike Graham, the toughest wrestler in the world, according to Jack Brickhouse, best athlete. I mean, it's like the same thing pretty much. It's the best athlete, best fighter in the world, Mike Graham. Medusa in her street tough outfit this week. But no, not only did he say that Mike Graham is the best athlete in WCW, but then he references the story where Sid, after he jumped the WWF, runs into the WCW crew in a bar, and he's like, "You know why you guys don't draw? Because the little guys like Brian Pillman and Mike Graham." They're like, "Fine, let's fucking go." And Sid's like, "Hold on." And Sid goes out to his car to go grab a weapon. And I swear, if you've not heard this story, buckle in. It's a pretty famous story. Sid comes back from his car, and he's holding a squeegee. Why is Jack Brickhouse referencing that? There's like, Mike Graham had to have written it. There's no way Jack Brickhouse would have... No, Jack Brickhouse ain't reading The Observer. Jack Brickhouse is not a Torch subscriber. He's not calling up Wade Keller. Hey, here's my credit card info. Give me 13 issues. I don't think I could do 5 seconds on why Mike Graham rules.
You heard the announcements early on. Mike Graham now. He went for Bobby to figure 4. He's going for the
Rick should have said, "What's the matter, Sid? Forget your squeegee? You didn't hear me, Sid? Squeegee?" I cannot believe that segment. That is just as funny as them letting Jack Brickhouse ramble about fucking German wrestlers from 1930. Hey, Seinfeld. Hello, hello. Mike Graham is definitely a Nepo baby. A little old man Nepo baby.
What? I would demolish him. You know what I should do? What? I'm going to challenge him for the light heavyweight because I'm
what?
Oh my.
Bless Deborah Maselli's heart. Bless Medusa's heart. She had this tendency when she would cut promos to just forget like half of a sentence and cut it off in a real weird spot. I'm gonna challenge you to the light heavyweight. But also, like, why would you air that clip if you're not gonna do the intergender match? Just letting people cut promos for match, like, that match would probably do a big rating on one of the TV shows. Oh, watch out, Brian. She's going to take your light heavyweight.
And the collared elbow tie and go back to a neutral corner.
The last, like, 5 minutes of this show have been fucking surreal. And I had just been thinking, oh, this is pretty normal. Like, a relatively normal show compared to what we normally watch.
And again, taking Bobby over.
And then all this has happened.
Flying Brian's right hand.
Yeah, if Brian stays in the ring, this is an exciting match. But at some point, he's going to tag back out to Mike Graham, the best athlete in WCW pound for pound. And Larry Zbyszko, I think he's still living with Chase and Rance down in Florida. Still believing in all his conspiracy theories.
Outside and Flying Brian looking darn good.
Still complaining about how much he hates women to anyone that'll listen. Exactly, Tecmo. If the baby faces lose, it's all Brian Pillman's fault, because Mike Graham is the best athlete pound for pound in WCW. I am stunned that Larry does not have a podcast. What is on the back of? It looks like the stars like ripped through his ass.
Many great matches.
Bobby Eaton's trunks look like he got like ass jollied by some ninja stars. I mean, yeah, maybe an attempt at fireworks, but it just looks real awkward. It looks like his pants have polyps.
Flying Brian up top.
I would not be surprised if Larry Zbyszko's like, electronics will give you brain cancer. I'm surprised Chasen doesn't do a podcast with him. Hey, Skunky. Hello, hello. Don't get Larry riled up. He will give you his thoughts on divorce. Are we gonna get the light heavyweight match? Also, Pillman I don't think was champion at this point. I'm just thinking about that. I think Liger was champion. So I don't know what she's challenging him for. No, get off of me.
The former junior heavyweight champion of the world.
Liger was still champ. That's what I thought. Yeah, Brian's challenging Liger at the pay-per-view. I forgot who was champion going in. So yeah, Medusa's just rambling about whatever. Okay, Larry did make Black and Gold his thing in his 94 run. So I don't know if we can give him all the credit. Mike Graham, that guy is as tough as they come. And hey, he's beating people up with Brian Pillman. Look at this pound for pound athleticism. Like, I love this spot. And all of its goofy goofiness. I get a kick out of that. But like, there are like old campy spots that only Mike Graham would do in this era. And he would make him look so old. Look, seriously, he's like.
That when you're against the Dangerous Alliance, it comes down to numbers many times. They have so many people.
I love the rowboat spot. It ages the man.
And they're going to take every advantage of it. Medusa helped things.
Okay, Larry apparently did do an episode or two of a podcast and just gave it. A very Larry Zbyszko thing to do. Thank you, Rudrick, or Fanzine, for looking that up.
And now Mike Graham's in trouble.
I don't think Brian Pillman ever saw the anime that Liger was based on, no. He was too busy wearing moon boots on ceilings and having sex with random women.
Shoots Mike Graham far side. Good elevation on that back body drop.
Which is one of Dave Meltzer's favorite stories to tell about anybody.
Didn't get it.
He's just so amused that his friend Brian would have sex with women hanging from a ceiling. Oh God. Could you imagine a Larry Zbyszko, like, old curmudgeonly man watching wrestling review podcast? That sounds awful. I want Larry Zbyszko talking about, like, fucking space travel.
And Nick Patrick did not see it. Same old story when you talk about the dangerous alliance with the head weapons this line, Brian. Here we go. Taking on.
Get out of here, Brian. Light heavyweight. That does not surprise me. Larry sounded like they put a mic to a phone and recorded a phone call. I'm sure they did. I'm sure that's the only way they could get Larry to do that podcast. Larry on a 43-minute tangent about how golfers are too flashy. You know what, Larry, I bet, it's like because he loves golf. I bet he knows more about golf than any analyst on television. But he always ends his factoids with, "But I'm better." That was a sweet brain buster.
Did you know that the UIC Pavilion?
I thought he said, "Bitch, you know." Could you imagine a house show promo? "Bitch, you know we're coming to town. I'll steal your man."
Special attraction. It's Bring the Family Day. 3 p.m. matinee means
Because they would probably have sold that show out if they put out a bunch of TV ads that were the "Bitch, you know." Yeah, I can't believe it, Ghost of Burt Burness. The toughest man, the best athlete in wrestling, just took the pin. Can't trust Jack Brickhouse. Who can you trust?
There'll be a 6-man tag team elimination match featuring the Steiner Brothers and Dustin Rhodes.
Like the way the spacing it is, it kind of looks like Beautiful Bobby is teaming with a guy named Austin Anderson. Why is the spacing so extreme? Yeah, that house show looks pretty dope. I wonder if it like happened the way that they promoted it. Oh, he won the Masters.
Now you're going to see me take Mr. Vinny Vegas and Mr. Hughes.
That's right, he was managing Vinny Vegas at this time. That's so funny.
Ron Simmons, be careful when you walk to the ring because you're
he's like,
into a lot.
"Ron, you know what? Vinny Vegas is not a Vegas thing. He's from New Jersey." Always loved that cover. Heel Luger, smiling, holding up his little award.
That's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. World Championship Wrestling returns to the UIC Pavilion. For our fans in Milwaukee, we are not too far away. The night before,
yeah, Mr. Hughes, he did get his tie from the toilet sport, and it does smell like poop. That's why he's so mad. Ron Simmons sounds like Richard Simmons.
We will see Flying Brian, a man who will be going after the light heavyweight title during Super Brawl.
Harley raced in his prime versus Ron Simmons in his prime shoot fight. Harley.
The Z-Man will be here in single
Ron was a freak athlete, but Harley races like.
But
he's got that drunk weirdo string. No.
They will be here next week in tag team action. And more information on Super Brawl 2 coming up Saturday, February 29th. I'm Tony Schiavone. See you next Saturday morning right here on WGN.
One more episode here in a second. But before we go to our third episode, here's what we'll be watching next Tuesday on WCW Deep Cuts Live.
Rap against rock.
Rap against rock, man. We love it. But I think Sting stung him.
Could be too close to call.
All right, so that is coming up next Tuesday here on Twitch. Michael Hayes hanging out with the remains of Leonard Skinner in an interview that was totally taped at the same time, the same building, I'm sure. Turn it up a little bit here. Alright, Fanzine looked up the house show they're promoting. Turns out PN News and Richard Morton and Cactus Jack and Abdullah the Butcher were both canceled. Here we go. Gigante, one of the all-time greats in our sport. He is so tall that he could reach from inside the ring and give high fives to people in the front row. Mark Canterbury, aka Old Shanghai Pierce, aka Henry Godwin. Gigantic man, and look how small he looks. Holy shit.
And of course, the big announcement concerning the big event right here in Chicago, the UIC Pavilion. Speaking of big, well, the big man missed that right hand, but that time he didn't on the back of Canterbury.
Yeah, that's not how you spell Mark Canterbury. Canterbury, like he's a fucking bird.
Every stretch of the word.
Henry Godwin, yes, still active. Still active as of a few months ago.
Canterbury down to one knee.
Gigante, of course, has the giant on his pants for those of you who are too stupid to figure out what Gigante means. Get up, boy. I love, he's been in America for not even 2 years at this point. And he's got the bullshit wrestler speak down pat. Yeah, which one of these guys is the giant?
That was a lethal right foot. At one time, one of the top contenders for the world title. When he first came into WCW, and now it's basically tag team, and there's a 1-2-3
That ruled. What was that?
Gigante with a big claw gets the win, and here it is.
And they're gonna replay it. Oh, nope. Oops, shit, I dropped him. Oh, I love that, yes, that story where they're trying to teach him this cut promos in English. Okay, Jorge, go. Ric Flair, I kill you. I cannot believe that spot. There had to have been a better camera angle than the floor cam that was right up on him as he's dropping the guy.
6 o'clock local Chicago time, but the event, as you know, originates from the
I didn't even notice that he held the ropes.
At 5:30 local time with some very special matches for our fans in Milwaukee. And then don't forget, the very next day, Sunday, March 1st at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, WCW Wrestling returns to the UIC
Dean B with Tony Schiavone.
Rick Rude in the main event there in a steel cage. It should be tremendous.
March 1st with USC Pavilion. March 2nd. I'm taking the day off. I'm going to go see Nelson.
The Steiners in tag team action a little bit later on, and fans were also going to see the one and only Z-Man.
The Z-Man. Holy shit. Where's Z-Man? They went right past him. I don't think he was on the screen for a full second. Or Tom Zink.
Introducing first from Warner Robins, Georgia, weighing 278 pounds.
Ron Simmons. Holy shit, look at those empty seats. That does kind of, Tony Schiavone does kind of look like, with him standing completely still and only his lips moving, it does look like Tony Schiavone AI. Why do they keep going to the house show promos during matches? Hard subject to change. Oh shit, maybe it did change. Nope. They're just speaking it in a different order. Oh, is that a new match? Lion Brian and Johnny B. Bad? This is not Bill Watts. Bill Watts did not come in until beginning of the summer. This is K. Allen Fry. This is just the reason why they're pushing this house show so hard is because this is a show that only aired in the Chicago area. Like the furthest out it went was like Indianapolis. I would definitely be more likely to do an my Gigante rules video because he, yeah, very bad wrestler, but he's so funny.
Chicago, Illinois was a lot of fun last time there with the Rhodes swiveling those hips around to see. Now, is he a stripper or is he a wrestler?
Is he a stripper?
What kind of a guy are you walking around with that telephone of yours? Told you once before, you throw that telephone in, you get involved at all, and I'm going to shove it. Yeah, I can't even say that.
Gonna shove it up that stripper's butt.
And I'm going to dislocate him.
Oh, shit. Mike Graham and Brian Pillman having a match to avenge each other over that tag loss. Oh, Bob Cook, the opponent. Bob Cook, as I always like to say, great punch. Evil Knievel historian.
3 o'clock at all strikes, all kids 12 and under, just $5.
That's right, Dr. Hillbilly against the Iron Yuppie.
Tickets, so we are going to have a great time.
Yeah, Sting was very shiny.
Putting a big 6-man on one fall death match.
That's right, Matt P. Yeah, Sting was a better promo before he realized what the fuck a promo was. Go back and watch like his 88 promos building up the Ric Flair match. He just says such weird stuff. It's so good. You nailed it, Ghost of Burt Furnace, yes. It's dead on. Oh yeah, John Cena was told to steal from Sting. Like Cornette would give him Sting tapes and be like, just do everything he does. Like that was absolutely the idea with early John Cena.
Bob Cook. And there's a drop kick. Tremendous athletic ability.
Oh, great bump from Bob Cook.
Apart from everyone else.
Bob Cook, the Chevy Chase of WCW.
Of course, it's well documented, even by us, of his great athletic background. But you can really forget about all that.
Oh, some lady just made a real funky noise.
Into what he's done in the ring.
Seriously, I think we what's those websites? The YTSMD, those old websites that would just be a clip, like a GIF on a loop, but like 20 of them. We need to make one of those for that Gigante clip. Why did he just punch him in the... Oh, that's because he's working his arm. That's why he punched him in the bicep. Should not doubt.
This upcoming one with Sting is probably has all the... As Bob Cook continues.
You're the man now, dog. That's okay. That's YTMND. Somebody should make one of those for that Gigante clip.
Much anticipation for Luger and Sting coming up at Super Brawl.
Yeah, a lot of the like contract guys loved working with Bob Cook. So like if you watch Bob Cook matches with like some of the better wrestlers in the roster, they would give him a lot more because they knew they knew that he could like do convincing shit, and B, they just wanted to give back to him. Punch him right in the face, though, jeez.
Hey, give Bob Cook a lot of credit.
Yeah, Bob got punched there.
He's been very effective.
Yeah, that's pretty much the Bob Cook story. Is he got too good to be just a regular enhancement guy? But he just, in an era where you needed a big, jacked body, he just wasn't going to be a guy that got a push. No. So yeah, he would have to take every shitty guy's most dangerous moves.
Well, that ended that from Bob Cook with a great shoulder block right out of the ropes on the right side, and there's a powerful forearm shiver.
Always love that the commentators would call it a forearm shiver. Ooh, Bob wrestled a match last year. I might have to seek that out. Looks like a rough draft of Dennis. Could you imagine Bob Cook as Phineas Gagman? It's like rolling around. Ooh, that was a clean spine buster. Looked rough, but he went down as flat as humanly possible. That was great. Holy shit. That is a brothered up match. Bob Cook and George South against Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich. There's no way any of those guys took a damn bump. Any of them. Probably did the fucking pinfall standing up.
From Columbia Pictures Gladiator movie. A movie in which you and 100 of your friends can win a private screening to. Here it is. And
100? That's assuming a whole lot out of any wrestling.
Kerry Jacobson.
Oh, hell yeah. Shout out to the person who taped this for being like, milk commercial? That's creepy. Boom. Yeah, the fans weren't totally given those pictures 2 minutes before they came out.
The Steiner Brothers.
With Arnold, God, could you imagine how shitty they were to that dog?
Well, I guess Arnold the pit bull.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Poor dog.
combined weight, 434 pounds.
Yeah. This is why we don't fucking bring dogs to the ring, you guys. Yeah, they brought out Arnold and Smoky Mountain. Holy shit, Mike Reynolds. I love him. Or is that James Klontz? That might be James Klontz. Either way, that guy's going to die in this ring. They might just let that dog shit in his mouth. Oh, okay. Okay, so Mike McReynolds is the one in the ring. Because I recognize him because Vader had a really fun squash with him.
Bobby will be on the other side, and certainly we'll find out who the better team is. A world tag team matchup in Milwaukee.
Like Vader, one of the best Vader squashes is against Mike McReynolds from around this time.
Rick and Scott and Dustin Rhodes face Stunning Steve Austin, Arn Anderson, and Beautiful Bobby. Now that is going to be tremendous.
He just punches him in the mouth. What a fucking asshole.
Some great six-man. It's going to be not only a six-man tag, but a six-man tag elimination match. You know the rules of that?
Ooh.
Then you know that to be eliminated from competition, once you're pinned or disqualified or counted out, then you must leave the ring.
That's right. That is how an elimination match works. You get eliminated. That's scary how easy that was to do.
2-on-2, and then they could get down to 1-on-1. So basically, one team has to be entirely eliminated before the other team can win.
These guys look like you if you tried wrestling, and Fred Avery looks like me if I tried wrestling. Not as much hair.
It's coming up Sunday, March 1st at the UIC Pavilion.
James Klontz. Oh, God. Yeah, he's definitely the one they like less. Oh!
Right here in Chicago. Jim Ross with us also this week. He'll be talking with Big Josh. We talked about Ron Simmons, Big Josh forming a team.
Seriously, that sounds like a thing a Steiner would do to one of these poor guys, though, is letting the dog shit in his mouth. Oh, God. This is gonna... Italian Stallion 17, hello, hello. Thank you so much for the follow.
When it comes to mat wrestling,
oh, Mad Mexican, I said hello. I kid.
Of course, that has to be
oh, God, they're fucking with this. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no.
And we think so much about mat wrestling, but I mean, just to improvise, to watch the Steiners come up with different things is
oh, no.
such a delight.
Oh, God, why?
And they're going to improvise again for us.
Was he trying to fight out of that, like as a shoot? And then Rick just like comes down on his leg and tries to break it.
Slithering around like a snake on the mat.
Holy shit!
And as Klontz continues to be beaten around, I don't blame
oh, God.
Like staying on the outside.
Oh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Gary Sabaw, that's right, goes to Burt Furness, the Italian Stallion. Gary Sabaw himself. Hell yeah. Thank you for bringing the actual murder, Italian Stallion. Oh my god, Brian, this is like when you cut off a chicken's head and the nerves are still firing for a bit. Oh my gosh. I love that they were like, okay, this guy fucked up, so you don't get to tag out the rest of the match.
This time it's going to be a bulldog.
I'm genuinely surprised, though, that they didn't hurt him more. Because he did fuck up that one spot. Yeah, Mike McReynolds is like, yeah, I'm good. Seriously, that's...
Here it is. Tremendous execution. We take you now to the Wrestling News Network and some...
So yeah, that's what it would look like if someone tried to kill Larry Bird.
Which have been signed. Let's go to Gordon Solis.
Holy fuck.
Welcome to the Wrestling News
Tremendous
Network.
execution, literally.
Last week, we discussed the attacks on Ricky Steamboat by the Dangerous Alliance.
Like, how did they not do a
replay
replay of the German? Unless they were like, shit, remember that guy sued the WWF last year? Let's not give this guy reason to do that. Bulldog was dope. The Doomsday DDT, I think, was way cooler, but I also understand why they didn't get to do it as much. And why it's also not a move that really is done anymore. Who's got another clear soap tampon for Uncle Gordy's keister? Oh my god. The ninjas, like, ooh. Totally a real karate stance. What if that's Mike McReynolds under the mask? Look how shitty that mask looks. He's just wearing a snow, whatever the fuck it's called. Ski mask.
Well, the mysterious ninja is certainly going to be...
I don't think it was supposed to be Paulie there. It was more like Paulie took out the ninja at Super Brawl.
That Paulie dangerously has been barred from ringside for the U.S. title match at Super Brawl between Steamboat and champion Rick Rude.
Yeah, you think James
Alexander
Clance or whatever his name was,
tailor-made man,
great
and there will also
graphics.
be an 8-man tag match at the Super Brawl.
The Young
As
Pistols,
Gigante,
Vinny
Johnny
Vegas,
Big
Diamond
Bad,
Dallas,
Big Josh,
and
Mike Graham face the Young Pistols, Vinny Vegas, and Diamond
I'm so
Dallas.
enthralled to buy this pay-per-view now, based off these all-text graphics.
The WCW World Title.
But you think Mike Graham, when those guys came through the locker room,
This week we have a comment from
like,
the singer as he prepares
James
for the biggest
Clance,
match.
he wouldn't have hurt you if you were the greatest athlete in
I've
WCW.
been talking about the emotional part of this whole thing. The emotion is going to stick right here, right in the heart.
Thing's
'cause it's
still
about
oiled
that
up.
big inside my body. Yours, on the other hand, Luger, about that big, maybe.
About
Super Brawl,
buttholes?
pay-per-view, world title. Everyone stop.
My butthole is this
Forget
big.
about the World Series.
Yours
The
is like
Super
this.
Bowl. This is something
Is that a
real big
compliment?
because it's personal between you and Luger, and all I got to say about it is,
Sting and Luger. The entire wrestling
Ow.
world waits for that matchup. Super Brawl will originate
wimp
from
there, aren't
Milwaukee
ya?
and will be seen exclusively on pay-per-view on Saturday,
Wait,
February
we're like
29th at 7 p.m.
2 weeks from the pay-per-view, and the only 3 matches announced are Sting and Luger,
I'm Gordon Soley,
that 8-man tag,
WNN for this
and tailor-made man against Marcus Bagwell. What the hell?
And welcome back, everyone, to WCW.
Yeah, this was the era where they were doing best match bonuses. That's right.
Tag team combination, and these fans here in the arena certainly are behind you, my friend.
Yeah, there's a reason why Stars never took the Shaker Heights spike. Oh, that's right. Liger and Pillman was announced. But there were like 12 matches on that show.
Going forward, going upward, and it looks like there's no stop, Jim. We're going for it all.
You know, we're all excited about the big Super Brawl coming up in a couple of weeks. I know you're
Now he's
gonna be
rubbing
there for that
Jim's
event
back.
as well.
A lot of fan fiction start like this.
I don't mean no disrespect, Jimbo. Hey, Big Josh, I don't mean no disrespect to you either. But I've been
Big Josh, I
talking
don't
to
mean
my
no
people in
disrespect
Vegas.
to you either.
I've been talking to Holly. Hey, nothing personal, but we got to make an
fucking
example out of
accent.
somebody. We're going to choose you. What are you talking about? Your people in Vegas. Who are your people in Vegas? What you talking about?
Who's your people?
It don't matter who my
Don't
people
be
are.
talking like who's your people?
You've been the chosen one. We're gonna hurt you, man.
That is crazy, RB Krimmer, to even think about that. Half this roster was on WrestleMania within a year.
I don't know what you're trying to prove. What do you mean coming out here threatening me? You're gonna break my arm? How you plan on doing that? What is it you're doing on this?
That's right, these two fucking hated each other. That's right, I totally forgot that.
Maybe a tumbler of syrup? Or maybe another one of them tacky flannel shirts you've been wearing?
One of them tacky flannel shirts. This has really been a great stream for insults.
Or do you want to go out here?
Oof. You know that problem that gambling addicts have with lumberjacks? That well-known issue? My people? Again, what the fuck does he mean by that? I assume the mob, but the way he's talking, it's like... Is he, like, being racist in the locker room? And Kevin thinks that he's... There we go, the Z-Men off the gas. You have the gang wars going on between chronic gambling addicts and lumberjacks from Portland.
His opponent from Seattle, Washington, 248 pounds, John Peterson.
Between John Peterson, one of the all-time great WCW enhancement guys, just looking like a real schmo. Love him. Hello to the Raiders. Did not even notice that. Thank you so much for the raid. Love raids. Raids are the best.
He is being helped off by some of
Corner studies, you come through all the time, my friend. Every week. Thank you so much.
So Mini Vegas wants to, I guess, make an example of Big Josh.
For the Raiders who are first-time viewers, we do often watch middle-aged men wearing diapers rolling around with the Z-Man. Much love to you, Corner Studies. Like, John Peterson's a fine enhancement. Like, see, he's totally fine wrestling. Just, he has the most unfortunate look.
Nevertheless, hope to get an update on the condition of Big Josh before this hour's over.
Like, John Peterson is the chronic gambler who would always lose.
And he has been. He's been a U.S.
Whereas Vinny Vegas is the chronic gambler who had ends with the different teams. Yes, this is not Brian Zane. Brian Zane has much nicer hair. He looks like a deflated Bill Casper. The world's strongest man. By strong, I mean odor. John Peterson looks like the guy that unloads the truck at Walmart. No. Like him and like 3 teenagers. Maybe. Though I could totally see Tom Zink being one of those guys that walks up to ladies at the bar being like, hey, you want to put me under your tongue? Yeah, John Peterson would be the guy in the office who you work with for 15 years. You learn absolutely nothing about him. You have no idea whether he's good or bad at his gig. But he's just there. You never talk to him. Occasionally you hand him his lunch when you're both in the fridge in the break room. Okay, you know, you exchange is, but you don't really like talk.
There's a chance you're going to see those two men across the aisle from each other, across the ring. Z-Man hooking Peterson into a great vertical suplex. 2 count and
yes, you don't know what he actually does. Do you think he maybe works in the warehouse? That seems right. Yeah, working hard or hardly working, John Peterson. The king of small talk. TGIF, right, buddy?
We also, fans, as we talked about March 1st at the UIC,
Yeah, Tom Zink, when Tom Zink left the WWF, he's a queer! He's a queer! Tom Zink is a queer!
As we head into getting closer to spring and spring training, getting ready to start for the White
Mike Atkins is like, John Peterson,
getting close to some great spring and summer.
I don't want to ask you if you quit, but, like, what's the situation? You got a family? Got kids?
Now, we just got Valentine's Day out of the way. You're already talking about
John
spring.
Peterson chronically has a case of the
February,
Mondays.
and pitchers and catchers start reporting to spring training. You start thinking about the springtime.
Like he's in the fantasy football league in the office, and his team, it's all right.
A lot of spring in his step also.
You know, he makes the logical picks.
Caught a monkey flip. It goes down to the near side right corner.
Yeah, John Peterson's got the old ass badge from 3 owners ago.
Peterson trying some shortcuts here. Do you have the fans encouraging the Z-Man to get back into this? I don't know.
Yeah, this is funny that Tony's done commentary by himself for 2 hours. But then again, I sit here and talk to you guys for 2 hours by myself. Yeah, there is nothing. Holy shit, that was a great kick. Nothing at all. Like, John Peterson's the type of wrestler that you watch him wrestle, and if he were to come out in 5 minutes to wrestle again, you'd be like, shit, never seen John Peterson before.
We'll be back with Jack Brickhouse right after this.
Hell yeah, if Jack Brickhouse goes, you know who the best up-and-comer in WCW right now? John Peterson.
5 ways better than Soloflex.
John Peterson microwaves fish in the shared kitchen.
Nordic Flex Gold.
Parallel thought goes to Burt Prentice and Italian Stallion.
Let's go to Jack Brickhouse.
Hell yeah, here we
We
go.
all know Larry Zbyszko. Personally, I know him quite well. He was once the co-host of this program here on Channel 9, but decided that more time should be spent in the ring instead of behind the microphone. Now, that's fine.
That's
but
fine.
his actions since October of last year make you want to get him out of the ring and back in the booth, if you can believe that.
Oh, Larry,
He
yeah,
now calls
Larry wrote
himself
this.
the Cruncher. I figured that's because of what he does to the English language, but actually, it's the name he
sick
picked up after he
burn.
broke Barry Windham's arm in a car door. Now, since then, he's prided himself on
See,
injuring
you can tell Jack
countless
Brickhouse
wrestlers,
is
and
mad
has
'cause
no
he's got
sights
the
on doing
arms
things
crossed.
Anymore. Well, I have a little message to Larry the Cruncher. It's a very old cliche, but one that really applies. What goes around, comes around. Keep hurting those men, Larry, and one day, the same is going to happen to you.
And Jack Brickhouse would know.
With another Brickhouse boy.
Jack Brickhouse would know because he has seen that happen so many times. He just cursed him, I think. The old man curse. Yeah, Larry has lost the Jack Brickhouse vote. Here we go.
He's from Robbinsdale, Minnesota. Weighing 200.
Steve-O, hello, 4 a.m. over in Portugal. Glad to have you, bud.
Got some music.
I always thought this worked better for entrance music than the Stripper, the song you use in the WWF.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape, simple-minded.
Paul looks like he's aged 2 weeks between, or 2 years between episodes. I love Paul losing it for the same insult Rick Rude uses every week.
Hit the music.
Sometimes you want to just take Paulie and smack him, you know, just by looking at him. But you can't deny the ability of the
The shame he doesn't have an airbrush of Brian Pillman hanging from a dorm ceiling, wearing moon boots, fucking the Ultimate Warrior's ex-girlfriend, you know? Yeah, Steve-O is definitely an inspiration. One of the all-stars. Hanging out with us at 4 a.m. Dude, I love how many WCW figures from this era that Mattel's put out. It's sick. Like, I don't know how the fuck they make money. I don't know how they sell them. But they do. And it's not like they're just ringside collectibles exclusives. They're putting them out in, like, Target.
guess he's going to do a little tawny to Flying Brian.
Jack Brickhouse, no sweat hogs, and these people are not sweat hogs.
What interests him is the WCW light heavyweight title.
That would make
And
sense.
that belt, of course, interests.
And he just always worked, so he just kept it. Makes sense.
At the UIC Pavilion when he and Johnny B. Bad collide.
This should be a good match.
And based on what has gone down between those two and recent weeks, that should be a very interesting matchup. And Rick Rude in the
I think John Peterson is in the locker room, standing in front of the monitor watching this.
Both men
Like half of the locker room's like, does this guy work here? I've never met you before, John.
see it here again, although Brian is a little bit.
What did Rick Rude call? I totally forget what he called people in Indianapolis.
And Rude is a master at
Totally forget. Maybe ingrates?
stretching the rules, getting the illegal advantage.
Brian Pillman's like, I'm no Fred Avery.
Oh, by a member of the Dangerous Alliance, and Brian walked right into that one.
Although I shout out to my SSRI gang. Taking my meds for the night so I can go to sleep after we're done tonight.
Take a good look at the U.S. champion.
John Peterson is absolutely smoking. Like leaning up against the wall.
And I'm not exaggerating.
In the Indianapolis Dolts. Inbred Indianapolis Hoosiers. That would make sense.
Back even before he was into the sport as a manager and
Randy Anderson again taped up, ready to kick some ass.
we knew who never shut up. I mean, a habitual big mouth.
A habitual big mouth. Getting a bit strong there. The language, Tony. Pillman clearly saw Muda do this on a tape, but he has no fucking idea how to apply it.
None is more focused than Flying Brian.
You don't do it to the side, your leg's gonna fall off.
So focused. He knows what
Next week is 1993.
And of course, there's a tremendous fan favorite. And you hear the fans there with him here.
I don't think they tell wrestlers not to, like maybe like over the house, like the TV promos, they tell them not to insult fans. Just because they want it to be accessible to like the millions of people watching on TV. But like there are a bunch of clips of wrestlers like talking shit at WWE shows to fans live.
Remained very cool on the matter.
What is Paul doing? Oh, I hate how you have that applied. Better let go of that hold. Oh, yeah, John Peterson totally shows up in his tights. He has a weird thing. He thinks everyone's gonna stare at him in the locker room. It's like nobody even knows he's there.
And many of you people know what I'm talking about.
That's dope, Steve-O. That's awesome.
To the midsection. But Paulie is not really.
That's hilarious, Shaky.
About the fact he is going to be live from ringside.
That whoever packaged that ring fucked up a ton. They could not have fucked up worse. That's hilarious. Oh shit!
And down to the floor. Rude, though, that was a move of desperation right there. He just wanted to get Brian off of him, and now makes a big mistake.
Yeah, he made a big mistake walking towards him.
Brian taking the leg, and we could get some serious injury here 2 weeks before the big event.
Yeah, what if Brian just shatters his leg? The heroic babyface, like, yeah, I'm gonna cripple you.
That you gotta be able to go into a cage situation 100%. If not, you really risk jeopardizing your career.
Oh, that was sweet. Yes, the royal family. The New Zealand militia, Jack Victory and Rip Morgan. Lord Littlebrook in the corner. What a wacky team.
Back to the attack, and he is not 100% here. No question about that.
Is there a wrestler from any era? Why are they on my TV? Like just fucking get off my screen?
Trying to get to his feet again, and he does. Boy, the youngster never gives up. and Rude is ruthless and relentless. I'll say that 3 times quickly.
That's an interesting question. Like, I should have somebody that immediately comes to mind, and I don't.
Vertical suplex, little pose.
That would be funny, Midnight Valor.
Feels he has it in the bag.
Or like, Paul just keeps getting phone calls.
But having it in the bag.
It's 1992. I only have like 50 minutes to use up until 8 o'clock. Nick Patrick? Yeah, okay, Nick Patrick, if he's a referee, absolutely. Disco's a good one. Yeah, change the channel.
Pick up, backbreaker. And that was on that knee, and that hurt Rude every bit as much as it hurt Brian.
You know what? Ken Anderson.
I
fucking hated Ken Anderson.
Preview of Super Brawl, available in newsstands everywhere.
Could not stand that.
Available this past week. Sting and Lex Luger nose to nose on the cover, anticipating the big matchup. Get your copy. I've got a great article.
He was like what a 12-year-old thought a cool wrestler was.
Who is going to be the topic of my Monday edition of the Wrestling Hotline coming up this Monday. Make sure you give me a call. I had a good chance to talk to Ricky Steamboat about the match with Rick Rude coming up. Some insights from Ricky Steamboat available. Tony Schiavone Talks Monday night on the Hotline.
Speaking of Buck Zumhoff, I was watching the aforementioned Brian Zane's video. Good night, Yankee Hawk. Catch you next week. Also, LJH, good night. Have a good one.
Rude holding on. The match really slowed down, and that's
I was watching Brian Zane's video about the AWA Team Challenge, and I forgot that Buck Zumhoff came back to the AWA after being arrested for raping a minor and was just thrown into the Team Challenge.
Brian crucifix. He's got him. Oh, but Rude came out with a...
That's funny, because I don't mind PN News. Goes to Bert Prentice. Yeah, Brian Zane was trained by Buddy Rose and the Colonel. Yeah.
Put the crucifix on. Rude very simply let the momentum take him back. And he has a definite advantage right now.
What is Randy Anderson doing? Don't turn him over. Don't flip him.
Limping towards the far left corner. Well, if he's trying a high-risk maneuver here, I mean...
Yeah, he's going to do a Dragon Rana.
And he's still getting up top. He's going for it all.
Oh, that was sick. That was... I'd have to go back. That might have been Brian's best version of that spot ever. He would never nail Liger that flush. That's way higher of a target. Okay, that's a sick reversal if he would have been able to pull it off. If he wouldn't have gotten tangled up in the ropes, that would have been a sick Rude Awakening reversal.
First time in a long time I've seen someone combat the Rude Awakening.
If he would have been able to walk up the ropes like he wanted to, that would have been incredible.
A whip it.
A whip it? No, that's John Peterson in the parking lot with was it Frank Klontz? Yeah, this is good shit. Fans are loving it, as they should. Hell of a little comeback here from Brian. Oh, good little catch. Rude caught him flush, but he didn't make it look like he was trying to catch it. That's exactly what you want from a catch.
He has it. But Paulie was there. And once again, you can
Exactly. Brian, Rick, stop having a good match. Send Steve Klons or whatever his name is back out. Oh, that's sick strength. Oh, shit.
Stun gun type maneuver off the rope. He put Brian down with it.
I think we're getting a Rude Awakening here. That was, yeah. Sick little series there.
When he puts it on, you're not gonna
And you know what? Rick Rude as the top heel. Yeah, actually the top heel because Luger was leaving. Totally should have won clean. Randy Anderson doing his tribute to Bob Orton. Hey, he got that wrist tape off after a couple weeks. The Alka-Seltzer move of the week.
The Rude Awakening. Alka-Seltzer Plus, tough medicine for tough winter cold.
Because we want you to feel sick when you watch this.
World Championship Wrestling is coming to the UIC Pavilion.
That was a good match, good business, as the old timers would say. Get some good business. Grudge Cage, and it was for the world title, I believe. Sting won the belt. Just my Rude Awakening will make your heart feel uncomfortable. Yeah, Vanderbilt Wright, one of the all-time greats at talking, saying words. I love that you can't tell whether or not Vanderbilt Wright is like loving this or just making fun of it.
For that six-man tag team elimination match. But don't forget about that main event.
Don't forget about that Grudge Cage match.
King against Ravishing Rick Rude. Great tickets still available. And don't forget it's Bring the Family Day for this 3 p.m. match.
Bring the family day. Bring your wife, bring your boyfriend. Just bring any kids in the neighborhood.
3 p.m. in the afternoon on Sunday, March 1st at the UIC Pavilion, Sting. Inside the cage, you're going to get blown away.
I wonder what type of watch he's wearing.
Hey, let's face it, Sting. The people in
God,
Charlottetown, they don't give a rat's rear end about me, or they don't give a rat's rear end about you. All they want to see is two guys step in the ring.
Way to put over you guys yourselves as the top 2 stars.
Let's find out who the man is.
You fans don't give a shit about me or Sting.
Channel 9, before we leave you, don't forget UIC
Rat's rear end. That sounds like a fucking
WCW
Japanese submission hold. Like one of those things where like they just find some words in English. It sound cool.
Let's talk about now our big main event for next Saturday here on WGN, an 8-man tag. Arn Anderson, Beautiful Bobby,
oh,
the
man.
Butcher, Larry Zbyszko, and Cactus Jack against the team of Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
There were like 9 guys in the Dangerous Alliance, and they had to
8-man tag that is next Saturday morning right here on WGN. Sting, of course, anticipating Super Brawl and his shot at the WCW World Title and the total package Lex Luger. And I can only think that next week that the Dangerous Alliance and Cactus Jack will do all they can to prevent Sting from getting to the main event of Super Brawl 2.
Yeah, that's how they had to build that match because Luger wasn't coming to promote it. But yeah, we're done for tonight. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me the last couple hours. We had some laughs. We had some tears. We were scared. We got to learn more about John Peterson. It was a blast. Again, I love hanging out with you guys every Tuesday night. One of my highlights of the week, for sure. And I appreciate your fellowship and your patronages. So yeah, again, appreciate you all. I will be back again Sunday night at 8 p.m. for YouTube members only. So if you're not a YouTube member, come join the Weirdo Empire. You get a bonus stream this Sunday night. We're going to watch ITV's Celebrity Wrestling, which I assure you is not actually wrestling. Hence why it's called Not Quite Wrestling. So I appreciate you all hanging out here tonight. As I always like to end these streams with, even if you don't make it here next week, I hope you do make it here, because I see more and more folks coming in here. Like, this is probably the biggest Twitch numbers I've ever done for a regular Tuesday stream, and I'm very appreciative. But even if you don't make it here next Tuesday, let's just make it to next Tuesday. Life is hard. It sucks. A couple of you in the chat know this. I'm not spreading it out too far beyond my like real close inner circle, but this week's been very hard for me. But I knew I was going to have the night. I knew I was going to have this a couple nights ago, and I fought through, and things are looking a lot better. So hell yeah. So let's get through the next 7 days. I know we can do it. We'll hang out again next Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. This has been WCW Deep Cuts Live. My name's Tom. Go to bed.